Del Taco is a Mexican-American fast food restaurant chain that started in 1964. Thank you for your suggestion.
At Del Taco, we don't spend millions of dollars on product development. We have Dan. So when Dan came up with our new Works burritos with your choice of tender chicken, juicy steak, or fresh veggies, we said great. But if they're not wildly successful, Dan will be fired.
What?
Gone.
No,
Out of here.
my daughter needs braces. Oh.
Well, there's another reason to try a Works burrito. Little Susie needs braces.
I'm on the softball team, for crying out loud.
The first Del Taco restaurant was opened by Ed Hackbarth and David Jamison in Yermo, California on September 16, 1964, under the name Casa del Taco. Del Taco's founder, Ed Hackbarth, joined the world of fast food in 1954 after his discharge from the U.S. Air Force. He was hired by Bell's Burger founder Gus Bell to operate their new store in Barstow, California. Hackbarth's entry into San Bernardino's fast food industry came just after his boss had developed a way to make tacos on a mass scale. Bell had started selling them from his burger stands, and in 1954 started a chain of taco stands called Taco Tia. 5 months after Hackbarth joined Bell's company, his store was converted to a Taco Tia. Hackbarth left Bell's Burgers in 1961 to open his own fast food place called Casa del Taco in Yermo, California. Unlike his competitors, Hackbarth combined the Inland Empire's most popular fast foods, selling hamburgers, fries, and shakes, as well as Mexican fare. By 1964, Hackbarth had partnered with real estate broker Doug Jamison, who opened the fourth Casa del Taco in Corona, California. Jamison's branch was the chain's first drive-through unit. Dick Nagel, who installed the kitchen equipment in the Corona store, was impressed by its design and soon became a partner in the fledgling business. In 1966, Hackbarth, Jamison, and Nagel founded Ready Food Systems, Inc. with the idea of franchising the Casa del Taco brand. Before long, the restaurants were being founded throughout Southern California. The three partners gave as much personal assistance to the new franchisees as they could. Besides advice, they would help at the grand opening of new stores with their kids, who dressed up and passed out free soft drinks and prizes to customers. In 1972, Casa del Taco opened its largest store to date in Newport Beach, California. It was a 28-seater designed by David Jamison that would become the prototype for future outlets. In 1973, the company dropped Casa from its name and the Ready Food Systems became Del Taco, Inc. By that time, the company was enjoying a remarkable growth spurt. During one period, they were opening an average of a restaurant every month. Hackbarth and Jamison sold Del Taco to a group of investors in 1976. Dick Nagels had left the company at the beginning of the decade to start his own Mexican fast food chain called Nagels. The company continued to grow quickly under its new owners. By February of 1977, there were 50 stores in the chain. This number rose to 100 just 19 months later. A fateful decision in 1977 by Del Taco's new owners would return to haunt the company in later years. They sold the exclusive rights to the use and development of the Del Taco name throughout the United States, with the exception of California, Eugene, Oregon, and Yuma, Arizona, where Del Taco already had outlets, to the W.R. Grace and Company. Grace was primarily a chemicals company, founded a new company, Del Taco Restaurants, Inc. of Dallas, Texas, and a new subsidiary, DTG, Inc., to oversee the various fast food chains it was acquiring. Del Taco, Inc. of California held a 20% share of DTG and received a royalty on sales, but with the sale it surrendered the right to pursue national expansion on its own. By 1981, the competition between Del Taco and segment leader Taco Bell was pretty intense. However intense it might have been, the competition was mismatched. Del Taco had some 352 units, still located almost exclusively in California, going against Taco Bell's 1,400 plus stores located throughout the continental United States. Taco Bell also easily outstripped Del Taco in the perception of consumers. The larger chain spent nearly $22 million on television ads at the time, compared to $2.5 million by Del Taco, mainly on radio ads. 5 years later, in October of 1986, looking to make up lost ground, Del Taco entered negotiations to purchase W.R. Grace's approximately 120 Del Taco units in Georgia and Texas. The two companies reached an agreement on paper, but this fell apart 2 months later, wrecked by the failure of Del Taco to obtain financing for the deal. Del Taco had 188 restaurants in early 1987, both franchises and company-owned, not including those of the second Del Taco in Texas. In February of 1988, businessman Anwar Soliman pulled off a coup that created the nation's second-largest Mexican fast food chain and the main competitor to leader Taco Bell. For an undisclosed amount of cash, Soliman acquired both Del Taco and its 202 restaurants, and the Noggles chain of 171 Mexican fast food outlets, founded by one-time Del Taco partner Dick Noggles in the early 1970s. Soliman, already the owner of several restaurant chains, including Black Angus, Grandy's, Spoon's, and Velvet Turtle, had also had his own history with Del Taco. As president of the W.R. Grace Restaurant Group in 1977, he had been the mastermind behind the purchase of the rights to expand Del Taco throughout the United States. Noggles and Del Taco were merged into Soliman's new company, AWRII Acquisition Corp. Once in possession of Del Taco, Soliman began buying out Del Taco's numerous limited partners. 1 year after the purchase, Soliman began the conversion of most of the Noggles restaurants to Del Taco units. In January of 1990, a Del Taco management group purchased the company for an undisclosed sum of cash, debt, and securities. Soliman's failure was reportedly his push to position Del Taco both as a strong competitor to Taco Bell and to remake the chain as a more upscale restaurant, contradictory moves that confused consumers. Laying off key field managers and cutting back on Del Taco's advertising budget also contributed to the firm's problems under Soliman. One of the first moves by the new owner management was to cut prices to match Taco Bell's successful 59-cent menu and to regain the business of value-conscious diners. Servicing the considerable debt Soliman had taken on to buy the two chains had played a major role in his company's problems. The lower prices inaugurated by the chain made it difficult for many Del Taco stores to operate in the black, even after the debt was refinanced. Del Taco, meanwhile, had launched a $14 million program to redesign its restaurant exteriors, kitchens, and corporate logo. The company presented its Concept 2000 restaurant design in August of 1992, introduced its new logo. Gone was the old orange and blue sunset. In its place was a yellow sun which rose over the green mountains against the red background, the colors of Del Taco's food ingredients: cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes. In 1992, Del Taco regained full rights of its corporate name from W.R. Grace & Company. This meant that there was only one Del Taco in the United States, and the door for national expansion was finally opened. In March of 1993, Del Taco startled the financial world when it filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Although renovations were made to keep Del Taco profitable, the company continued to pay rent on several unprofitable outlets that had been closed. They also attempted to negotiate lease reductions on otherwise high-cost sites. By spring of 1997, Del Taco's total sales had reached an estimated $250 million, minuscule compared to Taco Bell's $4.8 billion, but second in the field nonetheless. In December of 1998, it boasted 325 stores in 12 states. In 2000, Del Taco had 372 stores located in 10 states. The chain had recently begun a major expansion into Arizona and Las Vegas, in areas where Del Taco stores were located. The chain was taking customers away from Taco Bell, which suffered a setback when a supermarket taco shell that licensed its name turned out to contain genetically modified corn used for animal feed. 2 years later, the firm continued to expand, moving slowly into Texas, Montana, and Washington state. By January 2008, Del Taco opened its 500th restaurant in Burbank, California, and by the following year had entered the Florida market. On June 30th, 2015, Del Taco was purchased by the Levi Acquisition Corporation and became a publicly traded company. By that time, they had expanded into Colorado, Texas, and Oklahoma. By September of 2021, Del Taco had continued to expand with new locations in Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Ohio. On December 6, 2021, Jack in the Box announced that it would be acquiring Del Taco, saying that the merger would cause both companies to benefit from a stronger financial model, gaining greater scale to invest in digital and technology capabilities, and unit growth for both brands. The combined company would have more than 2,800 locations across 25 states. The acquisition closed in March of 2022 for about $585 million. Today, the chain operates in 15 U.S. states and 1 U.S. territory, Guam, and has 595 locations, the majority of those restaurants being in California. So what do you remember about this place? Leave a comment or a suggestion for a future video below. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.